At the beginning of the story, we see two people fighting, and after some time, one person is sitting in the middle of a ravine, covered in blood. This is how the introduction of the story happens. Now we go back to the starting point, where we see the same two people again, and we come to know that they are good friends, returning from a journey or heading toward their destination. Among them, Carter is driving the car and the man sitting next to him, John, is sleeping. But then the car stops in the middle of the road. Carter wakes John up and then steps out to check. He finds out that there's probably some problem with the engine. When John finds out, he also gets down from the car, and we see that one of his legs is broken, so he walks with the help of a stick. After some time, when they can't see anything wrong, Carter pulls out the map and tells them they're currently stuck on a scenic route where there's very little traffic and few people come and go. Most importantly, this area is the hottest in the city. But John is confident that someone will definitely come by to help. For now, he suggests they go to a nearby hill so they can get some network on their phones, which have also lost signal. While walking, Carter asks about John's personal life. We learn that John had always dreamed of becoming a great musician, but his dream was never fulfilled, and he had to settle for a small job. His personal life isn't going well either. On the other hand, Carter wants to become an author, but his situation is also similar to John's. They both live normal lives. Wake up in the morning, come home in the evening. Eventually, they reach the top of the cliff, but there's still no network. John finds this strange because, according to him, this route is quite famous, so how could it have no signal? While standing there on the hill and looking around, Carter casually says, "You know the kind of music you make isn't liked by your wife at all, or by your son, Michael." John laughs but doesn't respond. Just then, they see a car approaching. John starts going down in a hurry, which causes some pain in his leg, but he still stops the car and tells everything to the driver, who is willing to help. But then Carter shows up and stops him, saying they don't need help. They're completely fine. Now John looks at him in surprise, asking what he's talking about. He just said the car was broken. Carter then reveals there's nothing wrong. He had removed a wire on purpose. John doesn't believe him and refuses to let the driver leave until Carter puts the wire back and starts the car. When the car starts, John apologizes to the driver and lets him go. Now he's furious with Carter. He argues with him and demands to know why he pulled such a stupid stunt. Carter tells him he just wanted to talk to him, which he can't do because of his wife. In fact, Carter doesn't like John's wife at all. He says she made him give up his passion and dream of becoming a musician. He should have followed that dream, but instead, he ruined everything because of his family. Hearing this, John gets angry and replies, "You don't even have your own house, so it would be better if you didn't give me advice. I know what I'm doing." Their argument becomes so intense that they end up fighting. But after some time, things calm down and both of them sit in the car. Then comes a twist. This time the car actually breaks down. It doesn't start, and when Carter opens the bonnet, smoke comes out of it. John's anger rises again and he starts cursing him, saying that because of Carter's earlier stunt, they're stuck here. If he hadn't messed with the wire, they would have been home safely by now. Now they don't have anything to eat or drink. There's no way to know if anyone will come to help. In frustration, John throws his stick at the door and goes to sit in the middle of the desert. Carter remains in the car and tries hard to fix it, but nothing works. While doing all this, it becomes night, and the cold forces John to return to the car. As soon as he comes in, he drinks whatever water is left. This means their struggle is about to get even harder. Carter apologizes for what he did in the morning, and John accepts it. Once again, the two begin to talk. Carter tells him there's a town 70 miles from here. They should go there. But John refuses. Because 70 miles is a very long way, walking in such heat can be dangerous for them. After some time, John says that what Carter said in the morning was right. He's made many mistakes in life, which he still regrets. He tells him about a girl named Ollie, how he met her at a meeting and later cheated on Juana, his wife. He had many dreams, but none were fulfilled. One of them was to have a mohawk hairstyle. Hearing this, Carter says, "I can fulfill that dream right now." He brings him outside and gives him a new haircut using a blade he has with him. John really likes it. Then they start feeling thirsty. John gets an idea. Why not drink the washer fluid to quench their thirst? But after drinking it, both of them vomit heavily and fall asleep like that. The next day, a car passes by. An old lady is sitting inside. She stops after seeing their vehicle and starts honking. Carter wakes up to the sound, comes out, and tells her their car has broken down. Meanwhile, John comes and casually starts sitting in her car, which scares the lady. She doesn't like their behavior and drives away. Carter scolds John badly for his behavior and says, "A car came by after so long, and now it's gone because of you." John doesn't stay quiet. He reminds Carter that if he hadn't removed the wire in the first place, they would have been at home by now. Once again, they start arguing, and the fight escalates until Carter grabs his bag and begins walking alone toward the town. John warns him to stop, saying this could cost him his life, but Carter doesn't listen. So, John picks up a stone and throws it at Carter. It hits him on the head, causing some bleeding. Seeing this, Carter becomes even angrier, walks back to John, and starts hitting him. John fights back. The fight becomes intense. Carter bites John's injured leg, and in response, John hits him with his stick. Carter falls unconscious, bleeding from the head. Seeing this, John is shocked. He tries hard to wake him, but Carter doesn't move. Believing he might be dead, John starts digging a pit to bury him. But while dragging him to the pit, Carter suddenly regains consciousness. He hugs John and apologizes. But when Carter realizes that John was digging a grave for him, he gets angry again and walks back to the car. Night falls again and the cold increases. John tries sleeping in the back of the car, but it's too cold. So, he decides to sleep in the pit he dug earlier, thinking it might offer some warmth. Quietly, he goes and lies there. Carter asks him to return to the car, but John says the pit is warmer. So, Carter joins him and sleeps beside him. The next morning, the sun rises, and we see both of them still sleeping in the pit. Just then, a tow truck passes by and stops near their vehicle. But their luck is so bad that the man doesn't see anyone inside the car. He doesn't realize they're sleeping in a pit nearby. If he had just stepped out and looked around, he would have seen them. But he doesn't, and drives away with their vehicle. Now their condition has worsened. Just by looking at their faces, we can tell they've been stuck here for 3 or 4 days with no help. Any help they had received, they lost due to their own foolishness. The entire day passes, but no one comes. That night, while Carter is sleeping, John looks at the map. He notices a distant town marked on it. He immediately wakes Carter, tells him about the place, and asks him to come along. But Carter refuses and insists they stay. Still, John doesn't give up. He somehow convinces Carter and helps him up. Together, they start walking. By sunrise, they reach a high hill. From there, John sees a truck near their original car, which then stops. It's a 2-wheeler tow truck. A man gets out, attaches their car, and starts towing it away. John tries shouting to stop him, but the man is playing music so loudly that he can't hear them. And this is where they made a big mistake. Before leaving, they should have left some kind of mark or note on their car, so that if someone passed by, they'd know they had gone ahead. But now it's too late. The man tows the vehicle away, not realizing the owners are nearby. Now they have no other choice but to keep moving forward. So, they continue walking, supporting each other. Another day passes, and now it's been 7 days since they got stuck. All this time, they've survived only by drinking urine. They haven't eaten anything. Both are now struggling to even walk. That night, exhausted, they fall asleep. When John opens his eyes, he sees an animal nearby. He immediately chases it away and goes back to sleep. The next day, they start walking again. By midday, they finally see a sign of hope, some light poles in the distance. They follow them, and at last, they reach the town they'd been searching for. Seeing it fills them with joy. The first thing they do is look for drinking water, which they find in a tank. After quenching their thirst, they start looking around for help. But something feels off. The town looks like it's been through some disaster, completely abandoned, with no people in sight. Then suddenly, John's broken phone starts ringing. This means there's network coverage. He quickly answers. It's Joanna. He tells her everything, how they got stuck in the desert. While talking, both John and Carter start laughing at their own foolishness. Shortly after, we see an ambulance arriving. The scene shifts. John is now in the hospital, and Joanna comes to visit him. She's relieved and overjoyed that he survived. Later, John returns home, and he even invites Carter to live with him. Both of them decide to follow their passions and leave their jobs behind. Carter starts writing a book. This experience changes their lives forever. But wait, have you ever wondered, if that town had been abandoned for years, then how did they get phone signal? Was someone really there watching them? This thought haunts John. Even after many days, he struggles to sleep. One night, he wakes up in a panic, the same question spinning in his head. He calls Carter and asks him if he also wonders how they survived everything so easily. But Carter has no answer. He, too, can't explain it. Just then, John notices something strange. His phone begins to crack on its own. And that's when we're taken back to the desert. The place where they were truly trapped. Everything we saw was just a delusion, a hallucination. In truth, John and Carter never made it out. They died in that very pit, due to hunger, thirst, and the scorching heat. Everything after that, the town, the ambulance, going home, none of it was real. It was all in their minds. And with this shocking, tragic twist, this story comes to an end. So that's it. Hope you enjoy the story. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more videos.